الرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد أبي القاسم محمد، اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه ومتقن خطابه: إن أريد الإصلاح ما استطعت وما توفيقي إلا بالله عليه توكلت وإليه أنيب. This verse of Quran actually is talking on behalf of Prophet Shu'aib. He said that to his people that I am intending to do reform in my society, and the success of my efforts would be through the power of God. God will actually is the one who will make decision that if my efforts would be successful or not. عليه توكلت. I have full trust in God. وإليه أنيب, that I'm going to return to Him. So the reason that I recited this verse of Quran, because you see that this is the goal of all prophets, to do reform in societies, to do islah. And if you remember yesterday, I was talking about the cause of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I was trying to say that his cause was compatible with the cause of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he was also trying to do islah, like Prophet Shu'aib, when he said that I am not moving out of the city of Medina to make corruption or to get power, but I want to do reformation in the nation of my Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So what is the reformation? What type of reformation Imam Hussein alayhi salam intended to do? I would like first to talk about the Islah itself. What is the Islah? What is the reformation? Reformation means that, to come back to the right path. Reformation would be there when there is distortion, when there is deviation from the path of humanity, from the path of righteousness, from the path of Tawheed. When we say path of Tawheed, it is also the path of righteousness, the path of morality, and the path of goodness. So this is the meaning of actually reformation, that there is the situation that needs to be corrected. And this correction is called reformation. And the reformation also means that to be in harmony first with yourself, then you be in harmony with the surroundings, with the world, with the universe, with the people around you, even with the animals, with the environment. You see that, unfortunately, we have corruptions. We are causing corruptions in the environment, and it needs Islah, reformation. You see that according to the some reports, that trillions of the plastic debris are actually floating in the ocean. And you see that the animals in the ocean, they are ingesting, they are eating this actually plastics. And then we are actually eating the seafood, we are going to get also affected. This is the issue, that we have to know that this world is not only for us. Also, we have to respect the right of animals. Is that right? This is what the Quran says. The Quran says that first, unfortunately, the facade, because the reformation is the opposite of corruption. Reformation is required when there is corruption. That's why in the Quran, the word of Islah is coupled with the word of fasad. And, it's said that you have to be muslih. You have to be a reformer. Don't be mufsid. Mufsid means the one who is causing corruption. So this is what the Quran says. ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر. Actually, the corruption has appeared in the land and in the sea. And this is what you see, actually, how the corruption is happening in the sea and how this corruption, affecting the marines, that the animals in the the sea, in the ocean. You see the seabirds and the seals, the sea turtles, and the fish. All of them are affected by by the act of human being. And this is the type of corruption. So what the Quran says ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس. The facade is appeared in the land and in the sea because of the action of human being. Okay? So what would be the consequence? And then Quran says ليذيقهم بعض الذي ما عملوا. So they have to face the consequence of their corruption. And you see that some people get sick because actually of this corruption, which is committed by the hands of human being. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you are going to see the consequence in order to understand, and you come back to the path of righteousness. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. That maybe they actually come back to the state of righteousness. So this is the situation that we are talking about. That according to the Quran, you see that Islah is very important. Reformation is very important. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam wanted to do reform. So what was the reformation of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam? First, he was trying to invite people to morality, to akhlaq. Akhlaq is very important. The essential da'wah or mandate of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was akhlaq. Is that right? Because the Quran says that إِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. You are on the highest standard of morality. Then the Quran says, you people, have follow in the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in morality. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Uswa means the role model. Uswa means that you have to follow in the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why he himself said that إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. I was sent to complete the quality of akhlaq, the best quality of akhlaq, the morality. So this was the main cause of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The second cause of Imam Hussein or reformation of Imam Hussein alayhi salam was to promote the freedom of people. Why? What do you mean by freedom? Freedom means that you can say no to the power. You should have right to say no to the power. What they say, you have to have freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is the means to say no to power. This is what the Quran says itself. La ikraha fi din. The deen could not be there by force. The entire deen cannot be by force. That's why, even, we cannot force someone to convert to Islam. No, conversion to Islam should be by choice, not by force. Is that right? And government is also part of religion. So you cannot force someone to accept the power. That's why that was the situation between Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Yazid. Yazid was trying to impose his power on Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and he was saying to him, no, you don't have freedom. You have to accept that I am the Khalif. I am the Khalifa. And when Imam Hussein said, no, I don't accept that you are Khalifa, then, the other choice was the sword. But what was the decision of Imam Hussein? He said, رَكَزَنِي بَيْنَ الذِّلَّةِ وَالسِّلَّةِ. No, this guy is making me to choose between the sword or humiliation or slavery. He wants to hijack my freedom, but hayhat min az-zillah. Oh, this would be far away from me to accept the humiliation. Oh. So this is the second reformation Imam alayhi salam wanted to establish in society, that people, look, you should not succumb to the power, and you should not say yes to the power if you see this power is not right. Okay, so this is the second one. The third reformation was the justice. Unfortunately, injustice was so prevalent in the society of that time, and Imam Salawatullah alayhi was trying to actually promote justice. So you see that three things Imam alayhi salam wanted to do reformation. In these three things, Imam Hussein alayhi salam wanted to do reformation. One is the morality, and you see that Muslim ibn Aqil, salawatullahi alayhi, Muslim ibn Aqil, he came to Kufa. The people of Kufa, promised to help the cause of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Is that right? That's why he was in Kufa for a while. But you see that these people, they betrayed him. Is that right? This is the immorality. This is the opposite of the morality. Because when you promise, the morality will say to you, you have to go through with your promise. Don't betray your promise. This is the hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that if you want to know if someone is mu'min or munafiq, you can actually examine him by three signs. The munafiq, when he talks, he is lying. When he promises, he is betraying the promise. When he is entrusted something, he is going to betray the trust. Al-munafiq إذا حدث كذب وإذا وعد أخلف وإذا اؤتمن خان. He's doing khiyanat. So they did khiyanat. You see that this was the situation with Muslim ibn Aqil. They promised Muslim ibn Aqil to they would support him, and they would support the cause of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, but they actually did not go through with their promise. And so why this is happening? That's why the immorality is the most important thing, needs reformation. Because when people are immoral, then you cannot talk about justice. You cannot talk about freedom. Why? Because first you have to free these people internally before establishing the freedom externally. This is the reality, that if the people are not at peace with themselves, then you cannot establish peace outside. if they are not just with themselves, they cannot establish justice outside. That's why there is a hadith from either Imam or Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. The hadith says that man aslaha sariratahu aslahallahu alaniyatah. If someone actually makes reform internally, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help him, will make the life better for him externally. Well, this is the correlation between reformation when inside, internally, and reformation externally. So tonight, I would like just to actually talk about one manifestation of morality in Karbala. You see that, inshallah ar-Rahman, maybe tonight, and also inshallah ar-Rahman nights coming, and inshallah in future nights, if I'm alive, I'm going to talk about manifestation of morality in Karbala. Manifestation of morality in the manner of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and the manner of his companions. One of the moralities which appeared in the manner of Muslim ibn Aqil, was this morality that, that Muslim ibn Aqil, when people left him alone, he had to go in hiding. Is that right? So he went to the house of Hani ibn Urwa. So what happened in the house of the Hani, there was another person as a guest by the name of Sharik. Sharik was the friend of Ibn Ziyad, the governor of Kufa. They came together to Kufa, so they were traveling together. But Sharik got sick, and he actually went to the house of Hani. Hani actually hosted Sharik at his house. So he got sick, then, salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So Ibn Ziyad, because Sharik was his friend, he wanted to visit him because he was sick. Sharik, he was friend with actually Ibn Ziyad, but also he had some loyalty to Imam Hussein alayhi salam and to Muslim ibn Aqil. So he told Muslim, salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, that you are not coming to the actually our meeting, but this is the opportunity for you to assassinate Ibn Ziyad. So that's the perfect opportunity for you. If you want to get rid of the Ibn Ziyad, so this is the opportunity for you to do it. First, Muslim appeared that he accepted. But when the meeting was actually going on, he didn't come out to execute the plan. So Ibn Ziyad left, and Muslim ibn Aqil came out from the other room, and Sharik said to him, "Why you didn't do as we planned? What happened to you? Why you didn't take out, Ibn Ziyad? This was a golden opportunity for you." This is the morality. He said, "I heard a hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It said, Al-imanu qaydul fatk." Fatk in Arabic means assassination. It says that Iman restricts and prohibits the assassination. Why? Because it is a moral act. Why it is a moral act? Because you are surprising someone and he is not expecting you that you are going to attack him. So he would not have opportunity to defend himself. So that's why this is not fair. When it is not fair, it is not moral. So even this is Ibn Ziyad, but the principle of morality would not be changed. So what it means that you cannot act upon the principle of what they call it, the end justifies the means. I am inshallah going to talk about this principle maybe inshallah tomorrow more, but this is the situation that even there was opportunity for Muslim ibn Aqil to take out Ibn Ziyad, but since the means is not moral, then he didn't do it. So it means that this is very important principle in Islam, that the end not always justifies the means, and we have to know that if the means is not legitimate, then this will not do any good to the end, will not do any good to the goal. So that's why you see that in Islam, we have this principle that you have to stick always to the morality, and but you see at the same time the people of Kufa, they showed immorality by not sticking to their promise. They promised to Muslim ibn Aqil that they are going to support Imam Hussein alayhi salam, but they actually betrayed their promise to Imam al-Hussein salawatullahi alayhi. So this is a very important thing that we have to know, that brothers and sisters, that we have to, inshallah ar-Rahman, pay attention to the importance of morality, especially when you are, I recited this to you, this hadith, that the mu'min, when he promises, he will go through with the promise. Is that right? So be very careful, especially with your children. When you promise your children, always try to, go through, because, children are so sensitive. If they know that you are not, going through your promises, then they are right. They say to your face that you are lying to us. Is that right? Some people, they don't, they go through the rules of the courtesy that they don't say to you and that you are lying. But, the kids, they are so innocent, they are going to say to you that you did this. And this will affect them, because when you are not going through your promises, then you are teaching them that to do the same. Okay? So that's why it is very important, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, that, you have to go through your promises. Yes, sometimes you cannot go through your promise. You have to explain, especially to the children, that, for that reason, I was not able to actually do this promise. Yes, I promised you to take to the restaurant, but unfortunately, the job called me that I have to go to the job. I cannot do this for you. You have to explain in order that you are justified in your action. So this is Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. He was actually the one who was actually attached to the principles of the morality, and he was trying to elevate the morality in the Islamic society by first being loyal to the truth. He was truthful to his claims. He was not like when he was going to Karbala, he didn't say to people, oh, I'm going to get the power, so you are, would be also getting the help from me. No, he said, I'm going Karbala, I'm going to die. He was truthful. You see that some politicians, in order to get elected, how many lies they have to say, how much lie have to say to people in order to get elected. But Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam was the manifestation of truth. So, inshallah Rahman, we are going to talk more about the morality of Imam Hussein and his companions. But look at Muslim ibn Aqil salawatullah alayhi. He was in the masjid, according to the report. 30 people were with him. But when he left masjid, no one was with him. And he was not familiar with the Kufa. He was a stranger there. So what happened? He didn't know, where to go. At the end, he actually arrived at the house of a lady. She was standing at the door of her house, and she was waiting for her son. And Muslim ibn Aqil salawatullah alayhi approached this lady and said salam to her, said assalamu alaikum. Then he asked, can I have a cup of water? فهل إلى شربة ماء من سبيل. And this lady went house and got the water, and Muslim ibn Aqil drank the water, but still he stayed actually next to the door. And this lady said, why you are not leaving? And I cannot accept that you are staying at my, the door of my house. You have to leave. Go to your family. And here said Muslim, I don't have any family in this town. I don't have any relatives in this house. قال يا عبد الله شربت الماء فاذهب إلى أهلك. فعند ذلك قال مسلم بن عقيل يا أمة الله ما لي في هذا المصر أهل. Can you help me tonight? And can you let me in your house tonight? And this lady asked, who are you? He said, I am Muslim ibn Aqil. These people, they promised me that they help me, but unfortunately they betrayed me, and actually they let me alone. But unfortunately, the son of this lady, actually, in order to get some reward, he actually informed Ibn Ziyad of the presence of Aqil in the house of his mother. So he sent a group of people, and they found Muslim ibn Aqil. They took him to the court of Ibn Ziyad, and there was argument between him and Ibn Ziyad. Then Ibn Ziyad ordered someone to take Muslim to the top, to the roof of the palace, and execute Muslim ibn Aqil. When Muslim ibn Aqil was on the top of the palace, he directed his face towards Medina and said, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Assalamu alayka ya ibna Rasulullah. This person actually beheaded Muslim ibn Aqil. Then he threw the body of Muslim ibn Aqil to the ground. And here, brothers and sisters, we have to remember that the calamity, but he never actually lost his faith in his cause. Wa Muslimah, wa Sayyidah, ومظلوما اللهم بحق محمد وآل محمد فارحم مسلم بن عقيل صلوات الله عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا معينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. اللهم بلغ أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلوات.